Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Lakshmi Shaha, Department of Philosophy, West Bengal. First of all, I would like to thank all the team members of Aligarh Muslim University for giving me this wonderful opportunity for doing refresher course from your institution. Now, I'm going for a presentation, and the topic of my presentation is importance of human rights. Here I have started with two quotations. If you look at the first slide, the first quotation is from Robert Niven. He has written that rights arise from the fact that man is a social being. Yes, this is true. As because we are social beings, we are human beings, rights arise from this fact only. As we are human beings, we have been given some rights. And the number two quotation is from Harold Lasky. He has written that rights are those conditions of social life without which no man can seek in general to be himself at his best. This is very much true. Rights are some conditions for a social life, for a society, for the people who are living in a society, because without these rights or without some kind of rights, no one can flourish himself or herself economically, socially, politically, spiritually. So from these two quotations, we can easily understand the true meaning of human rights. And we all know that the rights has been given by Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was on 10 December 1948. And the rights have been given to all regardless of nationality, sex, ethnic origin, color, religion, language. It has been given to all the people from all over the world, so that everyone can enjoy their rights, everyone can make a peaceful life, everyone can lead a dignified life. And it starts from the most fundamental rights to life to those that make fundamental lives, human lives, worth living. There are some fundamental rights, some basic rights are there. So human rights started from fundamental rights to that kind of rights which make our life worth living. Now, why this is important? We already discussed why this is important. Yes, this is human rights are useful. Human rights are very much important. Without rights, today where we would be, we really don't know. So actually, human rights reflect the minimum standards necessary for people to live with dignity. Human rights give people the freedom to choose how they live, how they express themselves. We are living in a society, living in a country. If we want to express ourselves freely, if we want to express our thoughts, our feelings, if we want to live live our life on our own condition, on our own wishes, we need human rights. And human rights give people that freedom, that opportunity. And it also guarantees people the means necessary to satisfy their basic rights: roti, kapra or makan, food, shelter and house. These are the three things that are basic rights, basic things वो सबके लिए चाहिए. तो ये ह्यूमन राइट्स हमको प्रोवाइड करता है. दैट्स व्हाई ह्यूमन राइट्स आर needed, human rights are important. And I talked about Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It was on 10 December 1948, and thanks to United Nations that today we are enjoying the human rights. 30 human rights were there in that document. And according to the United Nations also, human rights ensure that a human being will be able fully develop and use human qualities such as intelligence, talent and conscience, and satisfy his or her spiritual needs and other. In our society, different kind of people are there. We are different in intelligence, talent and conscience. If we want to keep these things as it is, and if we want to protect all the people with all differences, then human rights are important. We need human rights, and United Nations has given that rights. Now, if we want to really ask about the objects of human rights, so we have to tell that if we want to protect human being from violence or any kind of abuses, from the powerful being to the lower being, if we want to develop our self-respect, individual respect, all are equal, but all are different from every other. If you want to respect all, if you want to develop the individual respect, we need human right. If we want to value humanity, we need human right. If you want to promote respect, understand and appreciation for all, for the diversity that live in, and that are in society, we need human right. If you want to promote democracy, if you want to create a democratic society, democratic state or country, social justice and friendship should be there. So these kinds of attitudes should be there, and we get from human rights only. So these are the objects. That's why human rights are important and useful. And we all know the kinds of human rights. There are three kinds of human rights: civil and political rights, economic and social rights, and collective rights. All these rights include or give freedom to human being so that they can live with peace, live with dignity, live with self-respect. So human rights, yes, human rights are very much important, very much needed. Now, if you look at the last slide that I have written here, that the Declaration of Human Rights was created largely because of the Holocaust and the horror of the will. Yes, we all know the horrors of Second World War. What happened that time? Hitler brutally killed 6 million Jews as only because they were Jews. They were different language and religion. They have been murdered brutally. They have been sent to different concentration camp, gas chambers, and they have been murdered. They have been brutally killed and all. So that incident, that brutal incident, actually reinforced the demands of early 20th internationalists to establish a global bill of human rights that would oblige every state to recognize the equal rights of every individual on its territory. So we all know that brutal things, and after this situation, actually, that internationalists established this global rights, and today we are enjoying those rights, those 30 rights in that document given by Universal Declaration of Human Rights and UN. So yes, human rights are very much important. Human rights important for a kid, important for a person, important for a person with disability, important for women, so that everyone can live an equal position in our society. Everyone can live with full protection. Everyone can live with peace. Human rights are there. Human rights are needed. So thank you very much.